G'day guys, ZiggyD here, back for some more Diablo 3 AH3, and I have some pretty bad news. Well, there's some bad news and then there's some good news. So let's start off with the bad news. The bad news is I recorded an episode yesterday in which I did a series of Maghda runs and then a bit of crafting afterwards. And that episode corrupted. The footage corrupted when I went to go to edit. When I went to go edit it was pretty much not there, something weird happened. And I lost it, so that's always a risk. But that was kind of annoying, and it also meant that you guys missed out on a day's worth of episode there. However, the good news is I didn't die in that episode. Could you imagine if I died in that episode that was lost? That would be the most anticlimactic, terrible, sad ending to this hardcore series. So I think I know what went wrong, and I can avoid it again in the future from happening again. It shouldn't happen again, okay? I think I know what I did, and yeah. So if I die, I'm 100% sure I'll be getting it on camera, and that won't happen again. But you know, computers can do unexpected things from time to time. So let's. I'll give you a bit of a summary of what I did in the last episode. I did 4 or 5 Maghda runs. I can't remember exactly how many, and gathered about 50 subtle essences, and I think I got about 12,000 gold. I also gained 2 levels in that time, and you'll probably notice that my skill set's also changed a fair bit. I'm using these firebombs now at the suggestion of many of my viewers actually, and I'm loving them. They're pretty awesome, especially combined with the slows and the other area of effects skill I'm trying out, Acid Cloud, which also works quite well. So that's been pretty good. Now I did a crafting session after these Maghda runs, and I had the best run of luck on that crafting session. It was unbelievable. So I crafted 1 helmet and got a 22 vitality crit chance experience socketed helmet. Insane. From 1 craft. So I was insanely lucky with that. I think I crafted these gloves here with vitality as well. What else did I craft? Possibly those boots. I can't remember if I already had those or not. I don't think I crafted those pants. Oh yeah, and I crafted these shoulders because I still had really dodgy shoulders. Got 23 int, 9 gold shoulders there. And oh yeah, I think I crafted this one as well because this is level 22. So I crafted level 22 and level 23 gloves. These are the first things I tried to craft. And I got those 34 int, 10 gold fine chest piece there. So I had an awesome string of luck. And I also found this shrunken head here. I'll probably pick up another shield pretty soon. But for the moment, the extra damage, and it's got a fair bit of vitality on it, so it's actually a pretty defensive piece despite not having block chance. But I really do want to get that block chance back again. So before the last episode, I think I had around 80 DPS. I'm now up to 100, and I got tons of health, 2200 health there. So it was a very successful short farming run. Series of farming runs and crafting sessions, so they went pretty well, and I think I'm ready to move on now. It's a shame you guys had to miss out on the highlights from that and everything, because I thought it was pretty entertaining. It was really fun doing that crafting session, but I'm sure there'll be plenty more. As long as I don't die in this episode or the next few episodes, I'm sure I'll have some awesome new crafting sessions for you guys. So let's continue on. And as per every other episode, I had to restart and reset Monster Power 10. That's becoming a bit of a trend. I'm loving the combination of all these AoE spells here. It's just fun being behind my pets and AoEing everything down like this. Pretty cool skills. I'm keen to play with some of their runes as well. Like I don't have any runes on Firebomb or the Gas Cloud yet. They're just the vanilla spells. So it'll be interesting to see what different things the runes add to them. So I'll just explain a bit about the Maghda runs that I was doing. Because I did give a bit of a brief guide to doing them, because I recommend doing some Maghda runs when you get to that point in Act 2, because things do get a bit more dangerous from now on, and having a few levels and a bit better gear when you move on is a pretty good idea. So basically, you restart the game, you go to select quest, and select the quest just before killing Maghda. So that puts you with the waypoint to the road to Alcarnus, which is just where Shadowbone appears, but because of the quest selection, Shadowbone won't actually appear. So from there you could just move into the little city there, kill off the elites in those 2 sections there, free the prisoners, get a bit of extra experience, grab Kane's books from the satchel at the waypoint every time you redo the run, and go kill Maghda, and you should net somewhere between like 3 and 8 blues each run and maybe a rare. I got a rare on one of the runs. My worst run I got 3 blues, and my best run I got like 8 or 9 or something like that, and a rare, so it varies by quite a bit, and depending on the shrines and things like that you get and how many elites spawn, but either way you get pretty good experience and goals, getting about 2.5k gold from each one, and about 3 or 4 notches of experience bars. So as I said, I only did like 4 or 5 runs and managed to get 2 levels. So it's a pretty good safe spot to level. Like the boss fight isn't particularly hard. The only thing you have to avoid is getting surrounded by the ads, especially on the final spawn where she spawns like 6 ads. So just avoiding that and you'll be fine. It's pretty easy really. So it's a good little section to farm. It used to be better because there was a resplendent chest that used to spawn in one of the little dungeons there, but they removed that when people were pretty much farming that over and over again, considering how close it was to a waypoint. But it's still a pretty decent farming run, especially on a hardcore self-found sort of challenge. Even if you were using the auction house, I'd use it just to level for a brief period. The fire versions of these walkers here, these guardians, and the later versions of them that spawn in some of the dungeons, are particularly nasty. That fire ground effect just does a ton of damage, and it seems to really home for you. So you have to be really spot on with avoiding that. These poison ones aren't such a big deal, but yeah, you have to be really conscious of those fire ones, so I'll be on the lookout for those a little later on, because they will be a real threat. Let's see what Death Rattle Nomad of the Wastelands. What an epic name. Let's see what he drops for us. Adventuring Bindings of the Lion. Lion is strength. Oh well. So it's a shame I couldn't get any episodes out for you guys yesterday, or even the day before, I think, because I had a bit of a brief period there where I couldn't upload. And yeah, it's a shame about that, but I did get a couple guides out. I got 2 guides out, so hopefully that kept you guys entertained or informed or got some value out of that. The 2 guides I put out were one to D3 Up, the D3 Up tool, which is awesome, and I've actually been talking to the creator of the D3 Up tool and might be posting some more guides on his actual site, so that's pretty cool. That could potentially be happening. And I also made a guide which I just released just now before recording this, to the Magic Find Templar and gearing. I've been using him a bit on my Demon Hunter in softcore, and although he's not a very good follower in combat, he can get the most possible Magic Find, and he's basically just a high HP glorified Magic Find machine. One of his abilities actually does sync up quite well with my Strafe build, but for the most part the other followers are better for higher monster powers. But for farming monster power 0, you want as much Magic Find as you can get, and the slowdown from not having a better follower is minimal, so that Magic Find sort of pays for itself there. So there's a shortcut. Check those guides out if you're interested in either of those things, either gearing up and using an EHP and DPS calculator tool, or gearing up a Magic Find follower. On that note, I do enjoy putting out those guides as often as possible. If I can do like one of these episodes and a guide every day, that would be awesome. But getting ideas for guides and preparing them can be pretty time consuming, and sometimes it takes me a bit more than a day. So if you guys have any requests for guides or ideas or things you'd like to see covered, I like, more often than not, if you request something and I haven't already done it, I'll make a video on it. So feel free to request them in comments, or send me a YouTube message, or tweet me, or any of that sort of jazz. And I love that. I love getting requests and ideas and things like that, suggestions. It's awesome. It's what makes YouTube such a great medium. I know I was bashing the Templar earlier for his poor combat effectiveness, but the fact is, for leveling, and especially in hardcore, he's actually a really good follower. Those heals are actually pretty decent while leveling. They're not so great in Inferno, but while leveling they're great, and the charge and the taunts and everything that distracts mobs from you work fantastically in hardcore. So I can't emphasize enough how he's a great follower to have around. Like, you notice I haven't switched over to the Scoundrel or the Enchantress yet, because the benefits they provide are just too minimal compared to the Templar at this stage in the game. Oh, I heard a gem drop. Ah, it's just a Topaz. The least useful of all of them. It's I'll just double check there's nothing useful. Oh wait, no, intelligence, that's right, I'm an intelligence class. The Topaz is useful. Awesome. But in our helmet it only increases our magic find. And in the weapon it's got thorns. We don't have any socketed armor just yet. Well, let's put it in our helmet for now, just for a bit of extra magic find, you know, it might help us find a rare or something. And we can always unsocket it if we find a health gem or a ruby. So an amethyst or a ruby. Might as well get some use out of it for now. Now, the Act 2 Key Warden should be somewhere in this area, actually, so we'll take him out if we can. He shouldn't, with pets, I think he shouldn't be too bad. I am pretty well geared at the moment, so... But if he feels too threatening... Oh, we got a... Oh, damn, we just got a chipped ruby? Man... Alright, that's alright, I'll wait until I get back to town before we do any socketing of that. I'm not hurting for the extra experience too much at the moment, so... We'll just stick with our little bit of magic find. Maybe we'll get a good drop off the keyboard. Oh, keen ring. Maybe that magic find is taking its effect already. Man, that's a pretty serious two-handed weapon. 2.5% protection, 570 life. A bit less damage, though after I put the ruby in it, that'll probably be counteracted. Wait, would you guys be quiet? I'm trying to decide on this slam tribute. Man. Whoa. Maybe, well, I'm not hurting for money. I might as well just buy it and try it out. If nothing else, I'll get some salvage materials later. Let's, live life on the edge. Let's see what the damage is like. So that mitigates the damage difference a fair bit. So slightly less damage, but I should be more mana effective, having a slower attack rate. Then again, it might feel terrible to use, so let's keep these things aside in case we need those. We can at least, if we don't want that knife anymore, we can get a free gem unsocketing by salvaging that. We look pretty beastly carrying a sledgehammer around. Oh, it's got like spiked knuckles on it, that's awesome. What a cool looking weapon. Awesome weapon design, Blizzard. Level 24. Woot 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 woot. Let's see what we get anything. Sacrifice isn't too interesting. Plague of Toads seems interesting, but it's pretty close to range, I believe. Zombie Handler. Oh, this could be something good for our pets, actually. It sounds like a pet passive. Definitely check that out. Once I just get a bit safer there. Let's have a look at this one. Bad Medicine is quite good, though. You can have 4 zombie dogs summoned at one time. The health of your zombie dog gargantuan increased by 20%. That's pretty good. Does my normal summon 3 zombie dogs, so I have to cast it twice? Let's give that one a try. Wait for that cooldown. Alright, let's so no, it seems to cast 4 in one go. It should it seemed like it killed them all off and then cast a new one, so that's pretty cool. Are you guys noticing this? But I've been noticing this a bit, and I was reading on Reddit today as well. Other people have been getting it as well. We need to watch out. These will explode, you guys. That every now and then you come across mobs that are already damaged, like even though there's nothing in the environment or you haven't attacked them or anything like that. Like that boss before I attacked him. I don't know. You guys can rewind and double check, but he was already damaged before I attacked him, and there's nothing that could possibly hurt him. Now people are saying that maybe there's like some glitch with the monster power health calculation or something. So I can throw my bombs up there, but I can't cast that up there. Useless. Anyway, so there's maybe there's some glitch with the monster power health calculation. By the way, it's not a big deal, but it seems like, you know, like they got 10% extra less health or something like that. Got an amethyst, cool. That'll be useful for our helmet. Let's chuck that down there. I accidentally picked up a white, I hate that. Yeah, so either way, I think that'll probably be just something that Blizzard will realise and just hotfix without too much worries there. Not a huge issue. Let's banner this snake just because I'm feeling mean. There we go. Look at that. I'm in a mean mood. I don't know how many of you guys watch anime, but I've been absolutely hooked on this show lately, the past month or so, and I've even started reading the book called Sword Art Online. It's about people that go into an MMO, and then it's like a virtual reality MMO, and the protagonist cuts off their ability to log out, so they're stuck in the world and they're like plugged into these machines, the virtual reality machines, and kept in hospitals while they have to fight their way through the MMO, and they like get stuck in there for 2 years, and the only way they're able to leave the MMO is if they clear the game, and it's like ridiculously hard, like 100 levels of this tower they have to clear through. But it's a really cool concept, and it sort of it keeps going, and then they go to other MMOs and things like that. But I don't know, it's cool to see. Well, it's definitely a gamer's anime, that's for sure. Plenty of good MMO and game references in there. It's kind of just fun to watch for that alone. But the art style and everything's pretty cool. I never watched much anime myself in the past, but my girlfriend's a pretty big anime fan, and she got me into a fair few of them. Oh, I need to go talk to this guy. Oh, another merchant. And yeah, she got me into a fair few of them, and after watching a series of other ones, I now sort of trust her when she says, this one's awesome, we should watch it. So, and yeah, Sword Art Online's been pretty awesome. I've actually been reading the short novels they're based on as well, so that's been keeping me up late at night. I don't know how many of you guys watch anime or whatnot, but if you're into that sort of thing, it's one worth checking out if you haven't seen it before. Well, it looks like no luck on that key warden. He's either in here or up here or somewhere like that, but too far away, might as well just go into these ruins for now. Alright, we're starting to encounter those firewalkers I was talking about now. There's one down there. So just need to be conscious of those guys. I have tons of vitality though, so we should be able to cop a fair bit of damage before getting in any real sort of danger. Maybe I can actually test this guy's fire out. So look how much damage that does, even with my large amount of vitality. Getting caught on one of those without realizing it is really sucks your health down pretty quickly. I wish resistances were an interesting game mechanic before Inferno, and even in Inferno they're not a very interesting game mechanic, Gratz Templar. Just like in D2 and in other ARPGs I've played, even at the lower levels, stacking resistances has some sort of benefit to you. Oh, there's a particularly bad lightning boss up ahead, or there's a lot of lightning enemies in this area, and stacking some lightning resist will make this whole area a lot more easy. So like, having that be a gameplay mechanic is something I've always really enjoyed, because you can have like some other gear choices that you can think, maybe it's worth losing a bit of damage and equipping some fire resist to go take on these guys, because there's lots of high damage fire people in here. So ooh, a rare, nice. Too bad it's a barb rare. Yeah, it's a shame that that's not a very interesting mechanic, and then in Inferno it's pretty boring itself as well. It's just like an overall defense. Everyone stacks all resist. The only people that stack specific resists are monks, and even then it just turns into all resist, which is like the most boring mechanic in the game. It's an awesome defensive mechanic, but it's boring. It's very boring. So that's a shame. Just one small gripe there. Of course, I love the game quite a fair bit, but I'm quite also able to see its flaws and compare it to other games that I've enjoyed, like Path of Exile, or even Torchlight, or Diablo 2, or other games like that, other ARPGs that have done different things right. Though I'd have to say that the gameplay mechanic, the combat mechanics, and a lot of the other stuff in Diablo 3 sort of make it the best choice, and the reason why I play it more than the other games. Alright, here we go. Interestingly enough, I also just got the Puppet Master achievement, which is for having 7 pets at one time. I only have 6 pets, including Templar. But what happened was I used Spirit Walk, which leaves behind a little avatar of yourself, and the game must count that as a pet, because as soon as I cast that, I got that achievement. So if you're an achievement junkie and are trying to get the Puppet Master achievement, then that's a nice easy way to do it. Put that passive on, have a follower, and use that ability there. My pets just aren't dying now since I put that passive on, so that's pretty awesome. Not to mention, having 4 dogs instead of 3 means I have like a much thicker wall, and much easier to block things in doorways and things like that. And this guy's got a lot of health. Oh, okay, we did get a pretty good unlock for this this level. Now I just put a pretty awesome 2-hander on, but if I can roll a decent shield, then I've got 6 attempts. If I can roll a decent shield, then I think it'll be worth switching back to the 1-hander. The 1-hander still does slightly more. Oh no, wait, that's slightly less damage apparently. Although I can put the that's right, I can put the ruby in the 1-hander and it'll do more damage. So let's roll some shields and see how they go. We might even get an upgrade or 2 for the Templar. So, oh wow, 44 vitality and an empty socket. That's probably a Templar one there. Although we do have a lot of vitality on that other one. 36 strength and a socket. That's Also another Templar one, maybe the strength for a bit more extra damage. He's pretty survivable as it is. That's a pretty crappy one. Getting achievements for forging things. What have we got? Terrible. Looks like we might not roll one for ourselves. Look at all these sockets we're getting. Strength and crit chance, another Templar one there. A bit less strength, I think the strength's probably more worth it, but we'll put that down there for now. Let's see what else we've got here. Another socket. What is this, like permanently socketed? There's nothing there that says that it's permanently socketed. Well, all those are terrible. Maybe we can salvage up these ones we don't want for the Templar and then see if I can craft at least one more. Alright, I've decided to go with the strength one on the Templar. Chance to freeze on hit is also pretty good. And the socket, I can put some vitality on him later. That it gave him like an extra 3 or 4 DPS, so that's probably worth it on that one. So I'll just salvage up these other ones here. Maybe we can craft one more shield. We've got a decent vitality shield with health globes and a socket, but really it's not that different to the vitality we can get from this offhand here. And the vitality on this two-handed mace here is obscene, so I think I'll hold out for now. Maybe we'll roll some more shields later. You're not getting away this time, Treasure Pygmy. Oh, maybe you will. Come on. Let's pass through these guys. That's pretty risky maneuver actually. He's gonna get away, the little bastard. Oh, you jerk. I'm just not putting out enough damage or not able to hit him enough with my abilities, I think is the main issue. And I probably shouldn't go rushing through mobs after treasure goblins. They're just so tempting. I have actually lost a hardcore demon hunter that was around level 30 or 40 in Nightmare Mode to a treasure goblin before. Just getting tunnel vision treasure goblin eyes. So I should have learned my lesson from that, hopefully. So in other interesting Diablo 3 news, Meldrin posted another video yesterday or the day before that was his thoughts on PvP and the way different stats will work and what will be valuable in PvP. Now instantly there's been like a lot of hesitance for people to take any note from the video because they feel that Meldrin took advantage of them in the last video by showing them that gem prices were lower. But honestly, you shouldn't really take your financial advice from a video without doing your own research, and I don't think he ever said to buy gems, he just showed that the price was low, increasing that awareness, so... But anyway, he was basically saying that he thinks life regen and life on hit will be much more important in PvP than life steal, and that's because his reasoning was actually pretty sound, is that if they scale damage back in PvP, which they pretty much have to because at the moment, you know, people are doing like 200k crits and the average player has 30, 40 or 50k life, so everyone's going to be getting one shot even from tanks. So there's going to be some sort of damage scaling or reduction going on, and unless they do something else to lifesteal, then like maybe scale it up by 200% or something like that, then it's going to be fairly useless because, you know, the scaled back damage lifesteal percent of that is going to be very small compared to, you know, 2,000 life on hit, which is quite easily doable. So that's interesting. I think there's a lot of potential with that. I don't know how good regen's going to be because I feel like burst damage will be king in PvP, and people will be sort of playing, juggling between tankier builds and burst damage builds. Like I'm going to be focusing on sort of a tankier demon hunter build and with lots of stuns and CC and things like that. And my main goal to be able to take out other demon hunters using the glass cannon styles, because, you know, what beats a glass cannon is not another glass cannon, but a tanky sort of high damage outputting character. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But yeah, if you're interested in some PvP theory crafting, you should go check out that video from Meldrin. Just don't go out and buy a ton of stuff based on the advice you hear. At least do your own research first. So let's rescue our faithful gem artisan, and then we'll finish off this little quest here, get the checkpoint, and we'll go do some quick crafting before maybe taking a bit of a break. So let's rescue this guy. This guy's got to be the most entertaining character in this game. He's got a sort of this Disney vibe to him, I think. I think the actual voice actor that does him is maybe from a Disney movie or something. Wouldn't surprise me. Oh, I've got to talk to him. Alright, let's head back to town. Do some crafting and gem combining, actually. We'll be doing lots of gem combining, I think, because... well... I think it'll be worth doing the gem combining to combine up to the highest levels. You need a lot of gems to get there, and even when we start dropping flawless squares and things like that, I think it'd still be worth having those lower ones crafted up. I don't know, having a gold sink's not such a bad thing because I don't really seem to have any gold issues. So let's unsocket this helmet as well and combine up those topazes there. So now we have an amethyst here, 6% extra life. We don't have enough rubies yet, so we'll put the extra life in our helmet there. With our high vitality, it makes a decent little difference. And we've got that topaz. Maybe we'll just put that in the chest for now. Now start actually having some things in our chest, along with our crappy monk legendary. Ah, this is interesting. Level 25 bow. That's going to be the highest level weapon we'll get for a while. So the base DPS on it is better than our mace here. Maybe let's try crafting some of these. Could be interesting. I haven't used a bow on a witch doctor before. You know, it's definitely viable. Whoa, with 61 dexterity. Imagine if I was a demon hunter. And we've got a socket, 42. Wow, 42 DPS. The extra arcane damage makes a big difference there. That's a lot of extra damage. Losing a ton of life though, 600 life. Still puts us at 2,000. Maybe we should, interesting. Let's keep this weapon aside. Use this fella here. We'll unsocket the ruby from there and put it in our bow, and that should make a pretty big difference damage-wise. It's kind of cool having a witch doctor with a bow actually. I've seen a lot of playing a demon hunter. I see a lot of witch doctor abilities on crossbows, so I think it's probably something people do take advantage of. So that's a huge DPS increase there, like 50 DPS extra. And we've still got the mace to switch back to if you want to lose some DPS and have a bit more survivability, but I really think 2000 HP should be enough. It's a bit of a risk, but being able to kill things a bit more quickly might be cool. So let's salvage up the rest of this stuff. And maybe it's time to say goodbye to my knife here. I think I'll keep this offhand though, in case I get a one-handed that's worth equipping it with. So I think that's it for now. That's been pretty successful run. I found a lot of stuff and got some pretty good gear upgrades. Sorry again for missing out on the other episode. Hopefully this probably longer episode here makes up for it, and I'll be sure to get back to you guys tomorrow with another episode and maybe another guide. That's it for today. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.